Okay, so the Philadelphia Eagles just hinted about their next big extension, and it's coming soon. Meanwhile, Adam Schefter gives us another huge update about the brotherly shove. But that's not all. A projected trade that has the Eagles moving up to the Rams spot. Plus, Kay Adams tells Georgia Bulldog Jaylon Walker that the Eagles could be in play, and a must-see unboxing from AJ Brown. I'm telling you, you don't want to miss it. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with our Philadelphia Eagles, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So 3 weeks remain until the 2025 NFL Draft, and the Eagles got a lot of work to do, especially with them having the last pick in the first round, number 32 overall. Now, Howie Roseman took the last year off as it pertains to trading up in the first round. Do you see that being the case this year? USA Today's Nate Davis got a little bold, projecting the Los Angeles Rams and the Philadelphia Eagles to swap first-round picks. In the trade, the Eagles move up to snag Georgia's edge rusher, Mikael Williams, at number 26, while the Rams grab the cornerback from Florida State, Thomas, at number 32. Now, of course, the Rams ain't going to let Howie Roseman move up 6 spots for free. Here's the actual trade. Eagles received the 26 overall pick and number 190 overall, a 6-rounder, and the Rams would receive number 32 overall, number 96 overall, a 3rd-round pick, and 168 overall, which is a 5th. Now, honestly, I've seen Mikael Williams go as early as the teens and as late as 26. Same with Donovan Ezeiruaku. One site might have one ahead, the other right behind, and vice versa on the next site. However, if Williams gets invited on a top 30 visit, we'll break down his tape more. Or let me know if you want to already, just based off what he did at Georgia. But although he's a slight smaller, I might give the slight edge to Donovan Ezeiruaku, the Boston College edge rusher, who had 80 total tackles, although only 37 were solo, but 16.5 sacks and 3 forced fumbles. Mind you, the Eagles did bring this kid in for a top 30 visit right after checking out his pro day, which he crushed. I think if he's there at 32, it's a no-brainer, although he might not be there at 32. This is where the moving up 6 picks, because 6 picks in the first round can change the board crazily, would come in handy. And again, this is if he's even there around 24, 25, 26. Because when you look at the edge rushers in the 2025 draft, I don't think anybody's pass rush ability, bag of tricks, are better than this guy's. And he's a formidable run defender. You put this guy in the rotation with the young passers we have and signed, and I think it's a problem for the league.
Ezeiruaku, when you watch him in sequence, the combination of length, hand usage, lateral quickness, he can cross an offensive tackle's face like nothing, like with ease. I'm telling you, he can get to the inside gap, and he's got a plan at all times. When you watch him throughout a game in sequence, and he goes from one move to the next, and then the ghost moves, and then the spin moves. I mean, just the entire arsenal layers itself off of each other, right? One of the things I wrote in my notes here was, don't let him get hot.
Now, there's definitely more options, whether it's the secondary or D tackle. I know a lot of people like Walter Nolan. I'm still doing my due diligence on all the prospects. But if Howie Roseman likes a guy and he doesn't feel like he's going to make it at 32, but could be there around 25, 26, you better believe Howie will be on the phone at least asking what it will take. Moving on to the fact that the Eagles hinted yesterday at extending one more big name this offseason at least, and that is head coach Nick Sirianni, who's a Super Bowl champion and holds a 48-20 record in the regular season. Jeff Lurie said yesterday, and I quote, "Nick is going to be our head coach," said Lurie via ESPN's Tim McManus. "We don't talk publicly about contracts. We never have. But you guys, I'm sure will find out soon enough that Nick will be our coach going forward. He has done an outstanding job." Mind you, prior to Jeff Lurie speaking, Nick Sirianni went first, in which they asked about a future contract. And Nick Sirianni said, "I don't worry about that stuff. Them kind of things will take care of itself," which he's absolutely right. Not only will it take care of itself, he probably already knows it's in the works at the way Jeff Lurie said, you guys will know soon enough. The only way Sirianni would be the Eagles coach beyond this season would be for the two sides to agree on a new deal. The 43-year-old head coach is in the final year of a 5-year pact he signed in 2021. And let me just say once again, 48-20, Super Bowl champion. Get this man a new contract. Now, before we talk about the rest of the news, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Ekster Wallets, the best on the market. Are you tired of your old wallet? Don't lie. Well, look no further. Ekster got you covered with some of the coolest wallet designs I've ever seen. A flick of a button and your cards pop out. The easiest access ever. Plus, a money strap to put your cash in the front. This wallet can hold up to 12 cards utilizing the back plate. Or use that space for your card tracker. I'm telling you, this thing connects to your iPhone. And if you misplace your wallet somewhere in your house, it helps you find it. And the best thing about these wallets is it blocks RFID from wireless theft. As for their other style, it's premium leather. It also has the quick flick function to access cards easy and has every single thing that the other one had, including the tracker card, which you can put inside a wallet or outside a wallet. And of course, your cash could go a multitude of places in this one. And both of them come in a variety of colors. So enjoy up to 30% off until May 19th. Use my link/promo code Philly at checkout to get an additional 10% saving. Once again, click the link in the description or use the QR code on the top right. Then don't forget to use promo code Philly at checkout to get an additional 10% savings. I'm telling y'all, I really rock with these wallets. It could be a good gift for a loved one and or yourself. Make sure to use promo code Philly, all capitals. Now let's get to Kay Adams and what she said about Howie and Jaylon Walker.
I talked to Howie too, the other
Right.
day. I just feel like I know you're not going to be there for him at 32. I understand that, but I can't imagine he's not scheming away because he just somehow finds a way to get all those Georgia Bulldogs on the team. Nolan and Jordan and Jaylon and Dean and Ringo, Lewis, they're all there. There has to be,
Right.
is there a linebacker group chat, a Georgia linebacker group chat?
We have one every year. We don't have one for all the linebackers together, but I have one with the current linebackers and Smile and still some of the guys from my freshman year. And we still texting it till this day.
What is the best advice you've gotten from them? Have you talked to any of those guys? And maybe just tell me which one of them, the NFL Georgia Bulldogs, you sort of go to when you have questions.
Right. I go to Nolan Smith. Nolan, I had the opportunity to play with him my freshman year. He gave me the opportunity he was in my ear during my freshman year. He had the injury, of course, against Florida, and I took over his role, and him giving me guidance of being in the outside back room at the time. He guided me in the best direction, and then still to this day, having him as a big brother is great. He gives me the guidance, and if I had any question, I know he'll give me a straightforward answer.
What's he tell you? What do you ask? What does he tell you?
I can ask him anything, really anything. It could be he's a phone call away. I know he'll answer right off the bat.
I find that interesting. Not just the fact that Jaylon Walker has the big brother vibe with Nolan Smith, but also that Kay Adams said she recently spoke to Howie and she wouldn't put it past him trying to scheme his way up to get him. Again, in the beginning of this video, we talked about moving up to 26, although that is even too far back, as some mock drafts have him going inside the top 10, but I don't think he gets past 15 to 20. With how he was used at Georgia, he can play on the line of scrimmage, rush the passer, and he definitely has the off-ball linebacker ability. The instincts, the tackling, the toughness, the physicality, and again, it would be crazy to say the least, but you really can't put anything past Howie Roseman. And I do find it interesting the way Kay Adams worded everything prior to finding out that Nolan Smith is his big brother. Again, I could see him being a versatile piece in the NFL under Fangio. Moving on to a huge update that came today via Adam Schefter. So as we all know, yesterday, they tried to vote to ban the brotherly shove, as we call it, but the rest of the league calls it the tush push. As we talked about in yesterday's video, they needed 24 votes to ban it, and they only got 16. So instead of taking the actual vote, they tabled it to the discussion they will have in May. Now, yesterday, some people were taking it as a low-key W for Philly, although when you think about it, the only reason they actually didn't vote is because they knew they were going to lose. They want the next couple months to sway the 16 teams that didn't vote against it to their side so they can get 24 and ban the play. Mind you, this is not for the health and safety of the players. They didn't think about the health and safety for the players when they added an extra game and also moved the touchback to 35, which means there's going to be more kick returns, which for the last decade, according to Roger Goodell, that is the worst play in football as it pertains to health and safety. Guys running 20 miles this way, 20 miles this way, and a huge collision. If you go back to the very first year the Eagles started doing the brotherly shove, Roger Goodell always said he didn't like the play. It's not appealing to the eye. It's boring, blah, 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 blah. Now that the momentum's building up from the other 16 complainers, he's really trying to ban it. Listen to what Adam Schefter said on 97.5 The Fanatic as the hosts were all upset about the new information coming out via the brotherly shove.
Look, you guys are pissed off about it. I got it. I understand. Again, people make rules work for them. They apply what they want to apply. And in this particular case, I believe that there are people in the league that are jealous of the Eagles' success. I believe there are people that can't duplicate the Eagles' success. I believe the commissioner and others don't like the play, and I believe the play is going to go away. I'm not telling it's right. I'm surprised that it went this way. I did not think that was going to happen, but it gathered up momentum, and I believe those people had the support of the commissioner, and I don't know how he's going to do it, but he's going to find the 8 votes he needs to get to 24. I'm just telling you.
Now, again, this is just Adam Schefter's opinion, but he did say he feels like the league is jealous of the Eagles. It's grown momentum. Roger Goodell never liked this play, and now they're trying to strike. Again, even if they try to change the language to say you can't have more than one person behind the quarterback pushing or you can't have nobody pushing, that is not going to stop the Eagles with the personnel they have to be one of the best short yardage teams in the NFL, even if they try to take the brotherly shove away. Jeff Lurie was pretty adamant about there's no injury data. I don't know why the team is trying to ban it on what ifs. He was also asked about the quarterback sneak, and he says the brotherly shove is more safe.
Absolutely. I mean, I want to know what data there is. I don't think there is any. If you want to say that it could be, it's hard to make rules on could be's and should be's. The quarterback sneak is one of the reasons we like using the tush push is we think it's a safer play than the quarterback sneak. The quarterback sneak, if you talk to quarterbacks about it, there's more spearing going on. They're less protected by players around them. And one of the reasons we got motivated to develop an expertise in this play is it was more protective to the quarterback. And so it's ironic that, people would bring up health and safety. We're at the top of the game in terms of wanting health and safety on every play. We voted for hip drop tackle and defenseless receiver. We will always, always support what is safer for the players. It's a no-brainer. If this is proven to be less safe for the players, we will be against the tush push. But until that's the case, to me, there'd be no reason to ban this play.
The best owner in the NFL ain't trying to hear that bullshit. At the end of the day, Jeff Lurie goes underappreciated to all the things he allows Howie Roseman to do with the voided years, the cap, the money. You got to credit him on bringing us our second Super Bowl. And although he said he likes both the first one and the second one the same, and they brought different joys, this guy is burning up to get number 3.
I got to say, an interesting sort of look at oneself. I feel like I'm just as hungry, if not more now, for a third. it's ever since the parade, I don't know that there's been one day where, we're not discussing something that's in terms of the planning process to try to get a third. It's just it's nonstop. Now, maybe June, July, there's less one can do, but I find myself, it's a burning desire to get that third, and we'll go from there. That's really, it's an obsession. Maybe it's not healthy, but I think it's worthwhile.
We couldn't have said it better ourselves as diehard fans. Let's try to grind for number 3. Lastly, look at the video A.J. Brown posted to IG. I absolutely love it.
I've been waiting on it. Oh, man. If you don't believe in God, man, you tripping. That's what I'm talking about. Take a deep breath. All right, y'all ready? Damn! My dog. What I'm talking about? Let's get going. I don't want to wake nobody up. My dog came through clutch. And what? My chest a little hard. But let's go, man. Appreciate you, big bro. You officially reached big bro status. We locked in, twin. Nah, man. It's love, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Best to ever put a pair of cleats on. Now, debate that.
A.J. Brown's like a big kid, but you gotta love the energy. He was a Patriot fan growing up. He's not going to the Patriots, but he loves Tom Brady, who is the GOAT. And on the jersey, it says, I think A.J. Brown, a great player, plus champion. Tom Brady signature, let's bleep and go. With all that being said, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the videos. Some of y'all are saying that YouTube hasn't been notifying you for my videos, so click notification off and on and just double check. Go get your wallet. These wallets are the best, whether it's for you or a gift, and I'll catch you on the next one. Link in the description and or the pinned comment section. We out.